All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast coming to you live from the lodge, presented by Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the only hard seltzer with vitamin C and superfruit acerola. My name's Will DeFries. To my right, David, that boy, Ruff.
I've got some bad news for you.
Mm.
I hate to start the pod off on a negative, but Tish has filed for a divorce from Billy Ray Cyrus.
Wow. How are we going to recover from that?
After nearly 30 years of marriage.
Hasn't she filed for divorce from him before?
Yeah, hard to say. They have 5 kids together, including Miley and Noah Cyrus. Doesn't she have a sibling that's trying to be a musician as well? I remember from like Rockin' New Year's Eve, she brought out a family member who was not as talented.
I don't know. I hate to say this, but even if she does have a sibling that's trying to do that, like I'm gonna give her the Jamie Lynn Spears tag before anything. Just say like, all right, she's just kind of on the coattails. Don't really need to care about her until she does something good.
I've got some good news.
What?
Do you want some tea?
Spill it, dog.
Okay.
I'm thirsty.
Okay. Chris and Liam Hemsworth were at Soho House yesterday, and they were with their family, and they tipped 40% per du mois.
Wow. Is this in Austin or is this somewhere else?
I'm assuming it's not Austin.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Anytime I see just Soho House, I assume it's either New York or
That's probably fair.
LA.
Yeah,
Los
we can't have
Angeles.
two guys of like if that much man meat is walking around Austin, Texas, like we're all in trouble.
Yeah, that's a problem. I would love to see Chris Hemsworth in person. I'm sure a lot of people at home would as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's a beautiful man. Thor.
Is if you're gonna file for divorce against Billy Ray Cyrus,
Okay, back to this.
doing it after the Old Town Road remix is definitely the time to do it. Like if she's been with him for this long, like she at least is going to benefit probably a little bit more from this divorce than
A
she would have a
windfall.
couple years ago.
I agree. I don't know what the laws look like in, I believe, Tennessee is where they filed. But, here we go. In the divorce docs obtained by TMZ, I'd like to credit them for breaking this. Tish says the couple hasn't lived together for more than 2 years and lists irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. She's asking the court to equally distribute all marital assets. I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
You got to get that
Yeah.
Old Town Road money. He was completely not needed on that song.
No, but he made it go from being a popular song in like meme format to just being like even such a big meme that we couldn't deny it.
It was an undeniable meme.
There's
The
a lot of
kind that
peop-
you just can't deny, Randy.
I was actually going through that tweet from I think it was what magazine was it that was doing the tweet like favorite rapper of all time and stuff like that.
XXL.
Yeah, I just had Lil Nas X for all mine except
Colonel.
for overrated.
I had Dillon for all of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going through and I realized that like I only listen to like 3 rappers at this point, so it's hard for me to even go through and say these things.
I'm glad we're not doing that because I need some time to think on it. Because that's a classic, and this happens a lot on this podcast because stuff just comes up. I'll say something and then I'll think about like, man, I should have said this, and I'll
Yep.
be mad about it for a week that I didn't like say something cooler.
Yep.
I got some more news. Per Dumois, Skeet at Nobu Malibu, alone picking up food, driving Kim's Maybach.
I saw that one with no security detail, correct?
No security. Odd note.
I kind of enjoy the fact that he's just like driving around her baller ass cars picking up high-end sushi alone. Like that sounds like a great existence.
All right, last one. That
Okay.
really does.
Like
I mean, he's really done it.
I mean, we can't say anything new about Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian that hasn't already been said, but like seeing them on the red carpet for the first time together, it kind of blew my mind a little bit. It's like this scraggly dude from Long Island who is only on SNL at this point because of the people that he dates. Like he's just getting all the love in the world. He wasn't even on last night's episode. Like the dude's just not doing anything.
Yeah, he's kind of killing it.
Apparently Lauren will just let him do anything he wants on the show.
He's one of those personalities that you can't really manage. He can no longer be managed.
I know SNL sucks, and I watched last night where Jake Gyllenhaal performed. I don't know why they did this, but every single skit that involved Jake Gyllenhaal had a song in it. They were just singing the entire time. I don't do musicals.
You and Dillon don't do musicals famously.
I'll do Encanto, but I don't fuck with I don't fuck with like random acts of song.
Hey, I've got a Dallas tie-in. Last one. Spotted at NYC Carbone tonight. Justin and Haley Bieber. This was last night.
Yeah, what's the deal with Carbone? Why is everyone excited
They're
about
getting a
this
Carbone
place?
in Dallas.
Is this place supposed to be torch or what?
It's like, I think, I don't know the merits of the food, but in the pop culture world, the TMZ, my world basically, the Dumois, the TMZ, people who are dialed.
Yeah.
In that world, it comes up quite a bit. People are like, oh, he was at Carbone last night.
Oh, Carbone.
You got the carbonara at Carbone.
Is it an Italian restaurant?
It's Italian. And they just got one in Dallas.
Do they have steak there?
I bet they've got steak on the menu.
I mean, if it's a douchey steakhouse or Italian restaurant, like I kind of feel like we need to do it.
Oh, I'd like to try.
Okay.
I would absolutely.
When it opens in Dallas,
meetup.
let's do a Dallas meetup. We'll go to Carbone the night before for the company dinner, and then we'll roll into the meetup the next day.
That has big Randy won't enjoy the food vibes.
Randy ordering a T-bone and getting mad at them for not having it.
Randy's just gonna be like, I could have just gotten Fazoli's.
Yeah. Why don't we just go to Fazoli's?
I mean, Olive Garden plays. That's not something he says.
Why are we making him sound like J-Bone?
I don't know. I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah, his voice isn't that high today. Randy's got grumbly post-Vegas voice right now.
He's not as bad as I thought he would be, but he's still bad. Dillon's
No,
worse.
you missed him. The squad's in disarray right now.
Why does this always happen?
I got in 5 minutes late to work, and Dave, you weren't here yet.
That means I was really late.
When I got in, Randy was in like peak goofy hungover, like doesn't have any brain capacity mode.
Like almost questioning if he drove in today.
Yeah, like why? Yeah, like the drive today he was an absolute missile going down the highway, just like scaring people. You were
Way to
scared
go,
behind the
Randy.
wheel. He's not denying right now. We'll
To
get
be
more.
clear, he's not intoxicated.
No, he's sober right now, which is good. Have you taken an early bird today?
Are we allowed to talk about that? Randy will not frequently, but he will often just bust out an early bird in the morning.
I'll do a midday early bird every once in a while. Sometimes you got to do the creative shit in the afternoon.
No,
It's nice to have that little buzz.
I'm not judging. I've just become it's become part of my night routine that I worry if I started taking it during the day, my body would be like, oh, I guess it's time to wind down and go to bed.
Oh, that's fair.
Early bird gets the worm, Randy says.
Yeah,
off
Randy,
mic.
you're not on mic
Really
right
cool,
now.
man.
You're just talking.
Really cool
That tells us how good Randy feels right now.
Hey, Dillon's got a cold or something.
Yeah, Dillon's out. If you haven't figured that out by now,
I would have bet money that it was the flu, but it is not. He is tested negative. I guess is this HIPAA? Pardon me to all the hippos out there. He does not have the flu. He does not have the COVID-19 virus.
we can't get in trouble for HIPAA violations. We're not even doctors or anything, right?
No, it's just my favorite thing that I think Dak Prescott famously in a press conference, and somebody asked if he'd been vaccinated. He goes, I think that's HIPAA.
Like if you asked me to write down HIPAA, like if you told me to write down what like HIPAA violation, I wouldn't even know the correct like format.
It's just getting doxxed by your doctor.
Yeah.
Or something. No, it's very complicated. We can do a one-off on Patreon where I explain the HIPAA.
That's fine.
Just give me like 6 months to prepare.
Well, weren't you going to do a thing on Patreon where all the patrons send you their legal questions and then you trudge through them all and give your legal advice?
Yeah. I was. That'd be a really good pod. Then when people's like apartment complexes like don't want to give them their deposit back, they could stop texting me.
Hey, they're trying to raise my rent like 15%.
I know, it's fucked. Turns out landlords are often shitty.
Yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thunk?
Oh man.
Let's get into
Yeah, well, we wish Dillon well,
Yeah, I
and
guess.
best of luck in his recovery.
I don't know. Kind of a red flag that Dillon's sick during moving week.
That's true. This entire week is basically Saturday at the Masters.
I feel like when we moved, when I was in like elementary school or high school, like I feel like my mom was on vacation or had something to do the entire time. She's gonna listen to this and call me and be like, "That's a lie."
You want to know a fun fact about me?
What?
When we moved back to the United States, we moved to Duncanville. We lived in one house. My parents still live in it. Never moved.
I'm jealous. I don't even get to refer to my childhood bedroom when I go back at this point because I'm just sleeping in some random bedroom.
It's cool, but if they were to sell it, which I think they are considering, I don't know. That's going to be a tough day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that at this point. If my parents move at this point, like, it doesn't matter at all.
And I'm the kind of person who will 5 years from now drive by the old house, and like, and if it's not saying it's like in super nice condition, but if it's like, looking bad, I'm gonna be upset by it. I'm not gonna go knock on the door and be like, hey, can I take a tour of this 3-2?
You're gonna be listening to like Olivia Rodrigo, driver's license, just driving by your old house, just
Yeah.
crying.
Probably. That's a very real possibility if you know me.
She was on my most played Spotify last year. I
No
sometimes
shame in that.
I blame Sally for some of my Spotify stuff, but I can't blame that one. It still goes.
My Wrapped, when that drops at the end of the year, I got to do some work because what I'm listening to now it's just potentially just embarrassing.
I need to get some songs off the list at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I have some songs that I know are gonna pop up, and I'm not gonna want to hear them in December. Like, yeah, it's not good.
This should not be embarrassing, but y'all are gonna ask like, dude, why, what spawned this Rihanna phase?
Really?
Well, first of all, Rhodes, when he has like the kids songs. There's a kids playlist like the Wiggles, and then his favorite songs, Bubbles in the Bathtub. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, it slaps.
But I like to put on some upbeat stuff. And one day I was like, man, what would he like? And I was just like, Rihanna. I put on like, and he does like it.
Do you think this because she's pregnant? And you think that like
No.
she might just be putting out mom vibes?
No, I don't know how he would possibly know that information. I mean, no, this is her deep cuts. This is way back. Not deep, but her old stuff, which go through the This Is Rihanna's playlist. You'll be like, dude, I forgot she has so many hits. She is so good.
She's a hit machine, dude. The second I saw Pwned to Replay, I was like, she's gonna be a star.
Don't be shocked when Rude Boy's top 5 for me.
I don't know what we're doing on Patreon tomorrow. Usually we talk this out with the whole squad when we're in. So we're either doing worst stuff tomorrow or we're doing Dad Pod. Either way, send in your worst stuff stories to worststuff@washmedia.com, or you can head over to washmedia.com. Just click on the worst stuff logo. Or if you want to go submit some dad questions, you can still do that. Washmedia.com/submit is where you do that. Either way, I'll be putting out social stuff later. Leave a voicemail. We're recording voicemails early this week as it is moving week at Washed Media. 888-618-4422. Again, 888-618-4422. Get in, get out, be tactical. Dave, I did not queue up any reviews. Do you want me to queue up the reviews right now?
Only if they're positive. I'm doing Posify only today.
Let's see. I'm feeling pretty positive.
Unless it's a hilarious bad review.
I did win my family masters yesterday, so I
Very
feel pretty
cool.
good about that. It's the first time in the 11-year history that I've ever won, so I'm very happy.
Your family masters, they do a pool. Do you guys do a draft?
We do a draft. It's a very small pool, so all of our teams are absolutely stacked, and we have the combined low score, and then the combined team score that we go by, and then the individual winner, whoever selected them.
How many
they always get a
people?
green jacket. This year we had 6 people.
Wow.
Yeah, big,
I mean,
big.
and you took
No,
that.
that's why it's amazing that I've never won in 11 years.
Yeah, you'd think you'd stumble into one.
You
one
have
time.
2 opportunities
How
to
many
win.
years?
11. So that's 22 opportunities that I've squandered until yesterday. Scotty Chef, though.
Yeah, he did. He won the Masters.
All right, are you ready for the reviews?
And yeah, I am.
Okay, this is a good one. Someone said my favorite circling back moment, and I hate to break this to them, but this is actually a touching base moment. When Kodak Black released a 5-second snippet of his next single featuring steel drums, and the 3 hosts talked about it for a month straight. Never in my life has I anticipated anything more.
I think somebody left a voicemail about that. They're like, hey, remember when y'all were obsessed with that? Why? It wasn't even a good song. What was the deal there?
Because
it was the video.
The snippet went hard.
The snippet in the video was who was it? Was it
Kodak
in
Black?
the video? And he's doing like this little, just fun little like dance. And for one reason or another, we couldn't get past it. And looking back on it, the song ended up not being good.
No, it stunk. Our next review is from something I can't read. It says, Mamma Mia. It says, Dillon has never been funnier than when he does his Elizabeth Holmes voice. It is so stupid, it's funny. It's like hearing a toddler curse. You wish it hadn't happened, but you might as well enjoy it. I've gotten several reviews from, not like just people saying that they enjoy the Elizabeth Holmes voice way too much.
When I've seen that feedback, I always thought people were
Kidding?
They were kind of just like, yeah, they were throwing a shot at Dillon just because I think it's that bad. But it sounds like the people like it. So
Well, this one's from Future M Wid. I don't know what that means. It says, blessed by the guys. My boyfriend introduced me to this pod, and now I'm forever in his debt. I now have made everyone I know listen to this pod on road trips, so they will also get into it. My only critique is I wish they did an episode every single day so I could enjoy it every morning with my bing bong.
no,
Well,
I'd like to continue living life.
We do Patreon too, so you can go sign up there for everyday episodes.
My people who do the guys who do radio shows like 5 days a week, same time slot, and it's amazing to me.
We
I'm
could
like,
easily do that.
We could.
We do that, Dave. We do an episode literally every day except for Saturday and
but
Friday.
ours are so much more freestyle. Like just having that structure, maybe it's better. But
well, she also concluded this review by saying, "P.S. Huge Dave fan, unstoppable wit, unstoppable mustache."
This is a young lady.
Yeah.
Hello.
We also got one
spoken for.
This one, I don't think this guy's very happy with us.
Okay.
Shav 12. He said
Shaft 12.
Shav 12.
Oh,
Shav. I don't know.
Very
How
different.
It says
Dillon
long-time
Shaft
listener,
12.
but it's getting boring and repetitive.
Oh.
And your Bit Madness tradition is so unbearable. Let's mix it up, fellas.
We could talk about Bit Madness. You want to talk about Bit Madness?
Yeah, let's break down Bit Madness.
I'll be completely transparent. Bit Madness is not my favorite.
I like Bit Madness.
You do like it. But I know that the vast majority of our listeners really like Bit Madness. That's evident in the feedback that we get. There is a vocal minority that does not like it, and I understand why they don't like it, but it's fun. It is fun, and I don't mind doing it. I don't mind talking about it. It's just
here are my two things. If we put it behind the paywall and people paid for it and complain about it, I might care more. Sure. It's free content. Two, Bit Madness is traditionally some of the highest listened to episodes that we do, which tells me that people enjoy it.
That is probably evidence A.
Based on the numbers alone, I ride with Bit Madness because Bit Madness rides with us.
And I have kind of come around on the idea that, like, if you're relatively new and we say a lot of dumb shit that's inside jokes. That's not, I guess that's kind of the chemistry thing. And a good way to get caught up into that is Bit Madness.
It's kind of like binging something that you've never seen before, but eventually you'll fall into it and start understanding. It's like when you walk in and your friends are already watching a movie on the couch and you're like, I guess I'll just stick around for the last hour of it. And then you eventually understand what's going on.
It's like when you show up at Randy's birthday party and your friend Will didn't get invited for some reason. And all the guys are dressed up in costumes that have fake names. And you just wore what you would normally wear out. And they're also blacked out. And you're not. You had a glass of wine with dinner. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that.
And then I'm the guy who complains about Bit Madness online and then doesn't actually participate in it.
That is,
that's exactly how it goes.
Way to go, Randy. Welcome's back to you, bud.
Without further ado, let's recap this weekend in fun presented by Mugsy. Mugsies are the most comfortable men's jeans on the planet, built with a proprietary, we love proprietary stuff around here, David. It's a stretch denim that make these jeans look stylish but feel like you're wearing sweatpants. They're the most damn comfortable jeans around. And one Mugsy customer even said, I used to hate jeans, now I don't. These jeans are literally changing people's lives. You know me, never been a jean guy.
No.
They don't fit my body well. Like, they're very stiff and I have trouble stretching them out and getting happy with them. Mugsy jeans with their proprietary stuff. Bada bing, bada boom. We're talking extreme comfort, which is all I need.
When you came down to Austin from Michigan, you had like one pair of jeans and you never wore them. I think you wore them once.
Maybe once, maybe.
And you would always talk about how you just weren't a jean guy. And I kind of respected it, but I was like, man, I can't believe that. I don't know how long he can live in Texas without getting a pair of jeans. And then Mugsy came along, and now you're just out here with that ass and them jeans.
Well, these things got more room for the boys, more room for your balls. It's just great.
Aren't the boys your balls?
Yeah. This one's for the balls. They're never too baggy. They're never too skinny. They're always just right. And over everything, they represent comfortability and style. Wearing their jeans You will never sacrifice feeling good for looking good, so you can look great, feel great, and be your best self by rocking Mugsies because you feel comfortable and confident to take whatever the day throws at you. They're jeans that move with you and not against you, so it's time that you free your balls once and for all.
Free your balls and the rest will follow. In vogue.
Free your balls!
Yeah.
Happy Monday, everybody. If you want to go get 10% off, go over to Mugsy.com and use promo code STEAM for 10% off. Do your legs a favor and head over to Mugsy.com to pick up a pair of the most comfortable jeans we've ever worn. That's Mugsy.com for 10% off your entire order using promo code STEAM.
Okay, ad read over. You know how we've had a lot of products.
Yeah, don't get the ad canceled because you went too hard.
No. You know, we've had a lot of products that like have referenced balls. Like we've had like the ball spray, we've had the ball deodorant, a number of liners for your balls. How funny would it be if like the copy instead of balls they made you say testicles,
nuts or nards or something?
No,
just
like
testicles.
Scientific, like testicles. Like
for some
so
things
much
that would
for
make
your
sense.
testicles.
For some that would make sense. I mean, I feel like early on when we would record things, I would be worried about talking about like certain ad copy would come through and I'm like, oh my God, I can't say that. Like I might think that, but I can't actually say it. Now I'm to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I can talk about yeah, you want me to talk about my balls on the ad read? That's no problem at all.
Yeah. There's no more taboo on testicles.
No. Dave, what'd you get into this weekend?
Sheesh. There's a tournament on once a year, the Masters.
Oh yeah.
And
seen that.
I was freaking dialed. I couldn't stop watching it. Watched a lot of golf here. Watched a lot of golf at home. Went and got some alterations for something. Got a wedding coming up, not my own. And didn't do much. Saturday rolled around, went to Dillon's Masters party. That's looking very sus right now. A little worried about that.
Yeah, Dillon might be doing a solo episode on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm fingers crossed.
You and I tomorrow are gonna be like, how's your throat getting a little scratchy? Like, I'm not feeling very well. And Dillon's gonna be on the mend, and we're just gonna be out.
He's gonna have at best he may have low energy Will and Dave, but yeah, I did that. I went home, parlayed that into a little UFC. It was a big sports day on Saturday. More of that on Too Much Dip, which will be the Dave and KJ show today.
If I would have structured my Sunday differently, I think it could have been an all-time sports day for me. If I would have woken up and left my phone in the bedroom, I could have watched the Australian Grand Prix.
Which was on at midnight, right?
Which was on at midnight. So I could have watched the recording the next morning. I could have rolled that straight into Liverpool Man City, which was essentially the Super Bowl of the EPL season so far. And then I could have rolled that straight into the Masters and never moved. And then I could have gone Austin FC right after the Masters if I wanted to. Unfortunately, I didn't do any of that. I just watched the soccer game and then lightly watched the Masters. Sunday,
very productive morning. We went for a walk on a trail. There's some trails near our place that we've, for whatever reason, never explored. And we got Rhodes, put him in his like Alpha stroller, the one that's got the off-road tires, and we got Randy. We're like, all right, we're going to walk down there. Ended up being like a 4-mile deal. And it was one of those ones where like we're going and I'm like, I don't really know where this thing ends. And like, do we know? There was a couple moments where we had to check the phone.
Were you worried about just getting stranded out there?
The only thing I was worried about is like Rhodes eventually like not wanting to be out there and freaking out, or Randy just being like very tired.
Yeah.
This particular trail is near a highway that's relatively above it. Not relatively, it is above it for part of it. And the sound of the cars going by was spooking Randy. And so I was having to calm him down for quite a while. But we did that. That was a good time, good walk, nice Sunday walk in the sun, get some vitamin D. Then I went home and mowed the lawn.
Wow.
And Randy, I edged. Did a little edging. Also, a neighborhood kid came by with a rake and said he was looking to earn a little extra money, and he wanted to rake leaves. And I was like, I felt bad. I was like, okay.
Didn't you tell him yes, he could do it for like $20, and then once he was done, you locked your door and put the shades down?
He did. No, he raked the leaves. It took him about 10 minutes, and he got his payment in cash. He did not accept
Wow.
Ethereum.
That's kind of
And
soft.
yeah, that's what I said. I was like, dude. Anyway, I was just like, that was unnecessary, but I hope I taught that young man a valuable lesson about, just an honest buck, an honest day of work, 10 minutes of work, raking my leaves.
Everyone loves a good leaf rake in April.
I don't like raking. I don't even think I own a rake.
The only place I rake is on the baseball diamond.
Fuck yeah. Watched the Tony Hawk doc last night.
More on that later.
I really wish you would have watched it.
I know, Dave. I to be honest, I didn't intend to not watch it last night. That was all I wanted to do, and I ended up falling asleep very early last night.
All I will say is I plan on watching half. It's only 2 hours. I plan on watching the first half, then going to bed early. Instead, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to see this thing through. The soundtrack for the documentary is amazing.
Can't wait. I can't wait.
It is, and it's not going to be your Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack. It is going to be a completely unique thing.
Part of the reason I haven't watched it yet is because I've just been rewatching There Will Be Blood, and it's taking me forever.
That's a very different genre.
Yeah.
Not a documentary at all. Actually, it's a drama.
It's made me want to go full mustache.
You want to trade? I'll get rid of mine. You can go mustache.
I just really want to do it. He just looks so cool.
Isn't it kind of a gimmicky mustache? Like if you had it today, I guess all mustaches are gimmicky.
His is huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours is kind of incognito. Like it's like not a bit mustache. If I had his mustache, people would be like, okay, this guy's doing a bit.
Yeah. The guys who have it and like twirl it out, like the Raleigh fingers.
Yeah.
Come on.
I had so I'm glad you brought up your productive morning, because I'm going to center my This Weekend in Fun around my productive ass Saturday morning. Are you ready for this? Woke up Saturday morning, let the dog out, played a little fetch, got her a little riled up.
This guy's on fire.
Had some time to kill before I had to get the day started. So what did I do? I went to the liquor store, and I decided to re-up on everything I was low on so I could have a full liquor cabinet.
You guys do cabinet or bar cart?
I do cabinet. We don't have a bar cart.
We don't either.
At this point, I'm not going to get one either because the kid.
I've wanted a bar cart for years, and it's not like they're that expensive. I don't know why we didn't buy one, but now I was ready to pull trig after seeing Dillon's, and Alyssa was like, Rhodes is just going to immediately go to that, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's going to shatter a $60 bottle of whiskey, and then you're going to wonder why you ever thought this was a good idea.
Rhodes got into the Espolòn.
Yep.
He's Avion one again.
We had to re-up our margarita supplies as well as our martini supplies. So I went and just did that all in one swoop because I figured it would be better to do it and just take that in the shorts right there as opposed to going back. So now I'm just suited and booted, ready to party.
You suited, booted, and ready to party. Are you gonna have people over, or is this all for
no
Lil Mons?
No, this is just for me. This is just for me and anyone that comes into my domicile. Then, as I was going to the liquor store, I was like, "Why is there so much damn traffic down by my place?" And I realized there's a car show going on. So I did what every dad does, and I went to the car show alone and just kind of stood there with my hands in my pockets, nodding.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was a Ferrari car show. You familiar with these things? They were sweet.
It's beautiful machinery.
Yeah, nothing makes you want to like question your finances more than going to a Ferrari car show and wondering why you don't have one.
Yeah, I think about that often.
They didn't have price tags on them as they were not for sale, but if they did, I would have been very intrigued.
What do the owners do when they just kind of stand there like, yep?
I think they just stand there proud. Like to be honest, the one thing about car shows that I don't want to deal with is I don't want to really talk to people about their cars. I just want to look at them.
Yeah, because it would be really clear within the first 30 seconds that I'm not a car guy.
Yeah.
I would just be like, whoa, what year?
Yeah, right on.
Oh, sick.
What kind of engine? Cool.
Do you have a CD player?
Yeah.
Does this have a tape player?
Yeah. Cool. How many miles are on it?
It's not equipped with Bluetooth technology, is it?
Like, yeah, it would take all of 2 sentences of me asking him questions before they're like, yeah, you're a fucking dumbass.
Did you fall in love with the girl at the car show?
I don't hate what you're doing, but I also don't love what you're doing.
Dillon would hate it. That's in honor of him.
I also had 7 tacos this weekend. Okay, so I'm gonna rank my tacos again. This is Will's taco ranking. Okay, all the tacos I had were wonderful, and I would recommend any of them, but this is the unofficial, this is the official ranking of Will's Tacos from the weekend, okay? In my number 3 spot, getting this the bronze medal, Cisco's Muni Golf Course, their carne asada taco plate.
Okay.
Very good.
What do you get with the plate? Rice and beans?
Rice and beans, baby.
Can you go double rice if you want to?
I'm sure you could. Okay. They don't seem like they have too many people overseeing the operation there. My number 2 tacos for the weekend, getting the silver medal, were the Ottos from Taco Deli. They just hit different.
The Otto is a great taco. I've become a big bean in the breakfast taco guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of a game changer.
I mean, then why do you go double rice instead of like beans all the time?
I don't know. I know it's weird with me. I'm quite the paradox. You never know which Dave's going to show up. Is it Bean Dave or Double Rice Dave?
Bean Dave's different.
There's Double Rice Dave. There's Double Down Dave. Some say they're the same person.
My number 1 taco for the weekend goes to David Ruff and Valentina's. No. I don't know if you anticipated getting the number 1 spot, but when Dave shows up with Tex-Mex barbecue, you know it's over for all the hoes.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but that was part of my Saturday morning also. Hit gym, then I went to Valentina's. Line was long. Luckily, it was a lot of groups, and 30 minutes in line, waited 20 minutes, was under an hour. That was a dub. Had headphones in, listened to a podcast. It was fine. But yes, I did. They've got this thing called the Max Pack. Pound of chicken fajita, pound of beef fajita, and a pound of brisket.
Oh, I'm following you.
And you get some sides with that too, and a bunch of tortillas. Good tacos. And I know some people were a little worried because like they don't give you like sour cream, your traditional taco
shredded
bar
cheese that some people can only eat.
A lot of people, unfortunately, will. But yeah, I'm glad you like those. That was a nice little treat. I enjoyed them.
Well, unfortunately, after my diet, it's time for me to get on my FitBod grind again. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Transitions.
We'd all love to lift our great grandkids over our heads and kick soccer balls without blowing our backs out. And your long-term goals start with short-term results. And FitBod, yeah, their plans are the best course to becoming your badass grandparents someday. Think about that, Dave. You're setting every workout you do today, you're setting yourself up for success in the future.
That's how I think about it. It's an investment in yourself.
I've never wanted to be a gym person. I've never wanted to go to the gym and do that kind of stuff, which is why FitBod is just great. Because no matter your goals or experience level, FitBod finds your next best workout with their 6-week plans. They have no shortcuts, no bullshit. FitBod's innovative algorithm learns your goals and experience level and then crafts a personalized training regimen to you. I mean, there are no shortcuts in fitness, David.
No.
They don't allow you to have those. In small progress, it builds exponentially into huge, lasting results, but there's no skipping ahead. And FitBod's one-of-a-kind algorithm uses that data to create those plans for you. If you go into the app itself, I mean, you're just going to be amazed. They've recently even done a rebrand, which I like. That means the company's doing well.
New logo alert.
You know the company's doing well when they get the new logo involved because they're like, nope, guys, our service is surpassing our actual branding right now. We need to up our game.
Up the game.
The path to being your best looks different for everybody, and FitBod creates a program based on your unique goals, experience, and equipment. If you're like me, I'm not trying to get big right now. I'm not like Dillon trying to put on gains. I'm trying to get leaned up and just healthy.
Sure.
I'm trying to be an active person. So whether you exercise 3 days a week or twice a day, every workout is scientifically proven to be better than the last, and FitBod even tracks your muscle recovery, balancing your workout plan with a variety of exercises to avoid overworking certain muscles. And they even introduced a brand new app interface that's super easy to use and has brand new HD video tutorials to make learning their new exercises a breeze. And
the app is very clean and easy to use.
It even integrates with Apple Watch, Wear OS smartwatch, and apps like Apple Health, Fitbit, and Strava.
Very cool.
Be careful on Strava. They will notify everyone in your contact list that you joined. So you're going to get texts from people being like, oh, getting in shape again. Cool.
I could do without that.
Yeah, I did it to track my dog walks one time and see how long I was walking with Rosie every day. And then a bunch of people were like, oh, man, have a tough weekend.
Oh, doing a little walking, huh?
Yeah, I was like, cool, get out of here.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I'm on my FitBod grind, though. Build your fitness habits and become a better version of yourself with FitBod. Get 25% off your subscription or try out the app free when you sign up now at fitbod.me/steam. That's 25% off your subscription when you sign up today at fitbod.me/steam.
We're going to hear about this guy's weekend?
Oh, we're going to hear about it eventually.
Okay.
I'm going to make him sit here, though, and is like, Randy's just got a film over him right now. The Vegas stink.
Have you showered? He showered,
He
guys.
said no. You know, we got a big week here, Dave.
I know. I know.
It's Wash Media Move Week.
It's big. It's a lot.
This week's going to be a moving.
Okay.
I do think it's a little sus that Dillon's sick during Move Week.
I am going to guess we're not going to see Dillon until Wednesday.
That's my guess as
I think
well.
Wednesday at the earliest. I think he would do. He knows how bad it would look. Even I don't think we would be mad at him. Honestly, this move is going to be relatively simple. The hunks are going to do the heaviest load lifting, and
Did you have to figure out how to say that so it didn't sound pervy?
correct.
Okay.
It's not as fun being pervy when Dillon's not here.
Well, it's because he's always in the. You're actually in his perv.
I know, man. I'm trying to. It's like seeping through my veins. Trying to. I don't know. Coursing is a better word.
Seeping.
Seeping is just a bad word. We should eliminate that from the English language. No, we got Easter this weekend, and I'm going to Dallas at the end of the week, and it's just the move. It's just I've got a little bit of moving anxiety, even though we are not going to be that difficult of a place to move.
I feel like you always look around a place and you think like I love the lodge. I've grown to love the lodge. I've loved it since we moved in. It's been a great place for us. It was a great first office, great starter office for us, but it was time to get an actual office. This is fine, but we're looking around here. We're like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. You always say that before a move, and then guess what? It turns out to be that bad.
That's true. That is true. The wires are giving me anxiety. They normally do give me anxiety, but like it's a new level now. Just thinking about having to wrap those up. I'm Randy. You're not gonna. I could see Randy like not letting us touch any of this equipment, which is probably the right move.
Randy, I've turned your mic up, Randy, so you can actually speak now. Sorry. Do you have any concerns going into this move, and do you think we're going to be set up for full video come next week on Monday when we sit down to record a podcast?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah? Okay, you want to go on record? Because the people are going to come at you.
I specifically made sure that we were going to move on a Thursday so that I had Saturday and Sunday if I needed to make sure we were set up for Monday.
Wow. You don't have to work on Easter, Randy, just to be crystal clear. Like, if we're not set up for video totally on Sunday, maybe don't go in on Easter Sunday.
He shrugs.
Yeah, we'll be ready to go. I mean, it'll be a temporary setup because hopefully we'll be building out a set and stuff, so it won't look as good, the first couple weeks we're in there, but big things.
I'm trying to think of any great lodge moments we've had.
Brett's stand-up movement. I guess that was post lodge.
No,
that was COVID, so maybe that was at home.
That was right when we got into the lodge, and Brett implored everyone to stand up every once in a while during COVID.
My favorite lodge moment was when we hired Randy, and then we couldn't work with him for like a year in person or something. How long did we go remote? At least 6 months. Right?
I don't know, dude. All that time just blurs together at this point. I have no idea like how long we were. I didn't leave my place for like months, and I don't know how long I actually didn't leave for. I only went to the dog park to see Micah.
God, that was pre-Rhodes.
I think my favorite lodge moment for me.
That was pre-conception. So that was those first few weeks. We were amateur cocktail mixologists in my home.
Oh, we were doing nothing.
Like every night it was just like, you want to do palomas? Like, yeah, let's do a paloma.
We had a setup where we wouldn't do anything, or we wouldn't be able to drink that night if we didn't work out.
Oh, that's a good little thing.
It got us to work out literally every day. Like, it allowed me to enjoy my one single cocktail every single night as well.
That's all you need.
My favorite moment was when we moved in and we were going through everything, and we were trying to, I don't know what we were trying to do in the old studio room, but Brett decided to just do a demolition on the ceiling.
Yes. We were looking to see if we should put soundproofing stuff in or on top of inside the ceiling. We've got the slide panels, and Brett slid one off, and we're not going to get our deposit back.
No, I don't think we are.
They can't be that much. Those are probably like $30.
Do you think the people that surround our recording studio, do you think they're going to be happy we're gone, or do you think they're going to be sad that we're gone?
I think they're going to be sad, the vast majority, because I think we're a nice change of pace. When they see us walking through, some of them obviously hate us. But if you're somebody and you're seeing the same business casual every day, and you see some dude like Randy wearing like a 1979 Chicago Bears hat and matching crew sweatshirt, and then like some Doc Marten boots, and then like some really tight Muggsy jeans. That's probably a nice change of pace.
I think they're going to be happy that they don't see us walking in wearing like joggers and stuff every single day, because I think that makes them maybe not like their jobs as much because they have to sit there in a conference
It's
room.
the other side of the coin.
But I think overall there's going to be a certain section of people in this office, and I don't think it's the people right next to us or on the other side. I think somewhere else in the office, and they're going to be bummed that they can't bring up the dumb shit that they've seen us do over the last like week or something. Like we're good for water cooler fodder. And like that alone in this office, and they're not going to have that anymore. They're not going to be like, yeah, you see that guy with the mustache? He was dressed like Harry Potter today.
Yeah, that's something. I'm really bummed that they'll never see me in a painted completely blue.
That's on you.
I know, or walk into the office in Joker makeup.
Do you think anyone in this office since we moved in has become a certified patron since we've moved in here just because they've gotten into it because we're here?
No way. No. They get to see us every day. They're not paying for our shit. There's no way.
We need to get a gift for the lady next door who gives us lunch every day.
Let's get her a gift card.
I found out the other day that she fishes. So I was thinking we could just
How'd you find that out?
because she told me it was great weather for fishing.
Okay. Was it?
I don't know. What you think I'm going to be like? Yeah, totally, for sure.
I don't know. You're kayak guy now.
I do. I am the kayak guy. That's why.
Did you ever get some Chacos?
No, I need to get some, dude.
You can delete this if you want, but that is insane that Will DeFreeze with a kayak lives next to the water, does not own Chacos.
Well, I own a pair of Chaco thong sandals. I don't own a pair of Chaco sandals that like, the real granola hippies wear. And
the
that's
Fly
what I need to
Fishing
get.
Charlie.
Yeah. I need to get some. So I'm going to the Grateful Dead concert in LA, or Dead and Company, not Grateful Dead. I'm going to the Dead and Company concert in LA in June, and I think that's what I need the Chacos for. I think that's going to be a peak Chaco situation.
Are you going to pop up on Dumois? Like Will DeFreeze spotted at Carbone, LA, wearing Chacos.
See, we need like a blogger version of Dumois. We need like a blogger podcaster version. They're going to be like, yeah, I saw Brandon from Bro Bible hanging out with Will from Wash Media. Do you think they're like putting their heads together and collaborating?
Is he going?
Oh, yeah.
Of course he's going.
We've already been in the DMs. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's my number one prospect to find at this point.
I'd love to do a podcast with him.
Yes.
If he's ever in Austin.
Yes. Trust me, I'm dropping that idea on him.
Do you remember when Brett went to New York and he brought the remote podcast equipment and he was recording a bunch of podcasts? Do you want to do that in LA?
Yeah. In the 24 hours that I'm there, I'll see who I can get.
Is Ad going? Our old friend Ad from
Not
our
sure.
old place of business?
I don't know who to hit up about this kind of stuff. I'm a little nervous.
There will be some listeners going.
I feel like I'm just going to get like bullied by people who've been listening to the Dead for like 20 years. And I'm just like this new guy who started during the pandemic.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to get bullied if you come out there without Chacos.
I know. I need Chacos. I need a good fit for this. If I brick my fit and I look like a narc,
yeah,
that's going to be upsetting.
Would you rather look like a narc or a narp?
I think I'd rather look like a narc.
Yeah.
I hate being called a narp.
That is, what is that again? A non-athletic regular person?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is a regular person?
Just someone who doesn't know how to do sports.
Yeah, because narcs can at least be athletic.
Am I a traditional athlete? Am I fast? No, I mean, not since like 8th grade. But do I think I have the skill set in terms of my coordination to actually do things. Like I'm not worried about, maybe I can't throw a ball the farthest, but I can.
We know that.
I can do something.
How many strokes would it take you with that vortex over there to play 18 at Augusta?
Okay, I see. You obviously saw all the takes getting thrown out there yesterday about people if you had a 5-stroke lead going into 18 at the Masters and then they replaced you with an amateur golfer, could you get a 9 on that hole?
Yes.
I saw so many people saying absolutely not. There's no way you could ever do that. Blah blah blah. I think I could get a 9. I don't think there's any. I think I could get a 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I know that you have the whole crowd and gallery and everything like that, but like at the end of the day, if you have a plan going into it and you know that you just need to hit like a few 150-yard shots and then just putt it and just figure it out and get it there, you're going to get a 9.
You just play it for a bogey. And let's say you play it as a bogey and then you add 2 on top of that, you still get it. So if you triple, you're fine.
Yeah.
So you can lose a ball. It's not the end of the world if you lose a ball.
No.
I think if I'm teeing off 18 with the gallery and with everything on the line, I know my miss. My miss is going to be way right in those trees, probably further right. I'm probably going to have to re-tee. But if I find it, I'm punching out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going wedge, like when Tiger won it a couple years ago. He played it for a he bogeyed it.
Yeah.
Chipped out.
I know there's a lot
Chipped
of
up,
pressure there,
two-putt.
but I don't think I don't think getting a 10 is in play if you're a golfer who knows how to actually hit the ball.
Unless now we learned that the 4-jack is in play on that green. So you gotta plan for 4. So on and 4 putts, and you're out of there.
Was he just shitting his pants? Was he just like,
I don't know, dude. And full disclosure, I kind of like looked away. I was kind
Yeah.
of like doing something else, and then I heard the reaction. I looked up, and I was like, oh no. And then I was like, oh well, he could do this 3 more times or whatever it was.
it scared me?
Lost some people some money. Definitely lost some people some pools.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
I didn't think about the betting implications of that at all.
tough. A lot of people were saying he did that on purpose.
Oh, really? You think
Nobody said that. He's not in Vegas's back pocket.
I
That would be a shocker if we found out Scotty was rolling with like some mafioso types.
his brand right now, I don't think could be stronger.
I didn't realize how religious he was.
Yeah, that's why he chose Ted Scott to be on the bag, I guess. Ted Scott, who's notably not on Twitter. Apparently, he was banned on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
4?
I tried to investigate and I couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
I'll show you a thread later. We'll be in touch.
I'm very curious. Is it bad?
No, it sounds like he. From what I could tell from the thread, it just sounded like there might have been some misinformation put out via Twitter from his account.
Love it.
But I couldn't find any evidence of it. And the people that were trying to claim that he didn't do anything wrong, they were not giving any reason as to why he was banned. Like they were like, no, that's the crazy part. Well, it's like, well, there must have been something that got him banned.
Maybe Elon can get his account back.
Elon, notably, he's not going to be on the Twitter board anymore.
So what's he doing? He's just going to be an inactive.
How did we not get invited to
Majority owner?
Gigafest?
Good question. Do we want to talk Gigafest?
Hold on. Can we let's hear from our friends over at Chime real quick, and then I want to talk Gigafest with you real quick, because Gigafest is something that we completely missed out on. But our friends over at Chime, they ask a question. Dave, are you ready for this question? Is the piece of plastic in your wallet doing enough for you? I think they're talking about credit cards or debit cards, David. Because with a secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start building credit with everyday purchases and on-time payments. Because you see, with Credit Builder, members can increase their credit history with no annual fees or interest. And having a good credit score can mean getting better car loan rates or renting apartments easier, or just bragging rights around the dinner table. What's your credit score looking like, Dave?
I don't speak about that publicly, but it is north of 700.
I had some hard inquiries lately that knocked my credit score down. But I've traditionally always had a very high credit score because I started my credit journey very early, and I'm happy that I did that. So if you're out there and you haven't established very much credit or you're trying to get in the game, head over to Chime. Continue your credit journey with Chime. Sign up takes only about 2 minutes, and it doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/steam. That's chime.com/steam. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank, NA, pursuant to a license from a Visa USA Chime checking account, and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact score may vary, and some user scores may not improve. But without any further ado, Gigafest. I didn't even know this was a thing until I saw people on the timeline talking about it. It was, from what I could tell, this was a scene straight out of Silicon Valley.
Yeah, he leaned into it. He rocked the Gigafest tee and then
The cowboy hat?
the classic cowboy hat, of course.
Why does
Always
Elon Musk?
plays.
I know I don't need a cowboy hat, but I own one because like I'm yuppie scum who went to Aspen one time.
He's
but like,
doing a bit.
why does he need a cowboy hat? He went black cowboy hat. How's that make you feel?
I think it can play. I wish I had one. I think one's enough for me, though.
Are we not doing enough in Austin that we're not getting the Gigafest invite? I feel like if he knew how much of Twitter people we were and how we had this small media company, I feel like he'd want us out there.
It sounds like this is a crowd that we're just not running in. Based on the people who had Gigafest Instagram stories, that it makes sense that we weren't there. I'm just saying you don't have Gigafest vibes. I don't either.
Do you get an invite if you have a Tesla?
Now the big shocker is Dillon not being there
Why?
because Dillon's fiance is very dialed
Yeah,
into the Austin scene.
That's
and
true.
I would not be. I bet she had an invite and just couldn't go because she was on her bachelorette party.
that's a good idea.
We really needed Dillon at Gigafest. The more I think about it,
The more I started looking at what it was, what was the point of it? Just to kick off their.
I'll be completely honest. I don't. Yeah, it would look like a hype fest.
It says Tesla Gigafest at Gigafactory. I guess it was just a thing for super fans. We should have gone. I guess it's a ticketed event. We could have just bought tickets and gone to it.
Oh, sounds like we could have gone.
The next time Elon throws a thing for Tesla in Austin, we have to go to it.
Do you think most people went thinking that there would be like just a sick swag bag?
Probably.
And like maybe there'd be like a set of keys in one of the swag bags like he gave. Like, is that wasn't off the table, right? Like
No.
that's something I could see him doing, like giving away Teslas.
I could easily see like a Tesla raffle. This is something that Ehrlich would have done.
And with your luck of late, you would have won because you did win your Masters pool of 6.
True.
For the first time.
It's hard, man. I did secure a spot in a Calcutta for next year.
That's
Are you
huge.
jealous of that?
Which
It's not-
Calcutta?
It's not a big money one. I don't know. I actually have no idea who runs it, but I was talking to somebody yesterday and they're like, yeah, we just don't have enough money in the game to be competitive in this Calcutta. And I was like, let me in next year. How much more do you need? And he was like, not that much. I want in.
Yeah. Hopefully you can do better than we did a few years ago with Henrik Stenson.
We were gun shy.
He was T20.
You have to be careful at your first Calcutta.
You really do.
You get bodied real quick.
We got alphaed. I knew immediately when we sat down. I looked around. I was like, "Oh, dude, these guys are all players. We've got like 30 people invested in this team."
It was kind of like my first ever varsity soccer game that I got put into. They put me in at midfield, which I'm not sure how familiar you are with the midfield position, Dave, but you're supposed to attack and defend.
Is that sweeper?
And no, that's just straight defense, dog.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I got subbed in for a very good player who I think might have been injured at the time or out for some reason. And like my head was just spinning. I had no clue what was going on. I was intimidated by everyone on the field around me. And I was in over my head. That's how I felt at our first ever Calcutta. And that's probably how I would feel at Gigafest around a bunch of like dorks wearing Allbirds and like Instagram pants.
Dude, I saw some Allbirds the other day that look kind of cool.
I mean,
Wait, don't you literally have some?
I don't
you
own
have
any Allbirds,
You have Ons.
dude.
You have
Ons are the new Allbirds.
Ons
though.
are the new Allbirds.
I know. They're definitely the new Allbirds.
Dude, they're everywhere. If you go to Foot Locker, they have an entire wall devoted to Ons. I went to the mall over the weekend. I know. I didn't want to say anything, but it's coming out. I went
You
to the
gotta
mall.
stop going
again.
to the mall,
I can't
dude.
stop going to the mall. But yeah, dude, On is everywhere, and they are the new Allbirds. And like, I like the ones you have.
I
I think I
the
like
white ones?
Yeah, I like those. I like the ones you and Dillon have, but they're just so predictable.
Being at Dell Match Play and seeing the amount of dudes wearing like stone-colored shorts with a country club polo shirt and then Ons, I was just like, every dude out here is the same.
That's me if I never got into content.
Yeah.
That was me. I mean, like legitimately, that's how I dressed. And I still kind of dress like that. I've tried to mix it up on the footwear. I can't really talk. What I'm wearing Rothy's right now.
I'm wearing Birkenstocks right now.
Yeah. These Rothy's are really comfortable, by the way.
Yours,
Not even an ad today.
I missed out. I wish I would have gotten the ones you got. Yours are clean.
Alyssa,
I like mine, but like I didn't know yours were on the table when I ordered mine. I like yours more than I like mine.
My wife, bless her heart, she tried to talk me out of wearing them to the golf tournament.
Why?
Because they'd get dirty, and I was like, I can just
Oh,
toss these in the wash.
They're freaking washable.
I can toss them in the wash. But yeah.
What would your Gigafest fit be?
Oh, great question. I think I'm going graphic tee with like something ironic, maybe like an old like Nintendo logo or something with a very expensive sport coat over it. T-shirt tucked in.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Like You need you need some. I want to go full Gigafest and go on sneakers with some like Mac Weldon jogger pants. They're pants that are also joggers.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I imagine tech dudes in Austin wearing because I've seen a million tech dudes in Austin wearing those. And then I think the graphic tee with the blazer is the move.
Graphic tee blazer it always plays in that genre.
And then you have to have your pass.
Oh yeah,
in a lanyard around your neck.
The lanyard is key. Lanyard makes it. If you don't have a lanyard, or if you're hiding your lanyard, you're in the wrong place, buddy.
Dave, you have a new segment called Shitty or Justified.
Yeah, this happened over the weekend. There's a burger place in town. We've talked about it before. It's called P. Terry's.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good burger. I recommend it. It's a fast food burger, but I think you'll like it. And the one by my home has 2 lanes in the drive-thru. And a lot of times, one of the lanes gets backed up and people don't realize that there is a second lane and it's open.
Oh, yeah.
So my first one, and this is something that I've done multiple times, I know this is not shitty, but I still feel bad doing it. I feel bad being the person who recognizes that and then just goes around everybody and goes to the second one. And it's like, I just ordered and I just cut 4 people. Cut in quotes. I didn't actually
It's like the bank too, though. It's like at the bank when you go to the bank and there's the one thing right next to the window and you can just go to the other one too.
I swear I'm
not. You feel like you're cutting people off.
Exactly. And I'm not a super nice guy or anything, but I feel bad as I'm like driving by. I'm like, oh, don't look over. These people are going to be pissed when they see what I'm about to do. And then inevitably you start seeing them people like break off.
You see the one dude back up.
Yeah.
He backs up a little bit and then goes in the other thing.
So this happened to my wife.
My wife.
She was in both lanes were popping. There's a car in front of her. Car in the second lane had been there. So it was the guy in front of Alyssa thought, you know what? I bet that one's going to go before the one I'm right behind. So he starts turning and he's basically in between. So he can go to either one and there's nobody else behind him.
Yep.
So he's just waiting to see which one opens first.
I've been this guy.
And okay, so he'd already overcommitted. So he could not get back into lane 1. Lane 1, he guessed wrong. That car pulls off. So in theory, he pulls up and allows my wife to order. Yeah. He guessed wrong. Sorry, buddy. He didn't. He just sat there and like he looked at her in the mirror and like he knew what he was doing. He was mad that he took the L and he guessed the wrong one and he just sat there blocking it. Now, this only added probably 2 minutes to her No, but
that's 2 minutes in a drive-thru feels like an eternity.
Especially if you're like listening to this podcast or something.
Yeah. I've been in this situation.
It's a shit move.
The P. Terry's right by our new office. They have the exact same situation. One of the lanes isn't always open, they always have one open for you. And I've been that person, and I have straddled and been the guy who's waiting. But the second I see somebody else pull in, I choose a lane and go with it because I don't want to be the guy who's doing that.
So for some reason now, I guess they're understaffed, but banks, like you mentioned, ATMs or even like where you deposit, like old school, you would turn in like my old bank. It's like 6 rows. You can go in, deposit a check, shoot it through the little tube system, which is always fun. And I can remember multiple times like being the guy pulled into the back and there's nobody in front of me really, but they're all full and just kind of waiting at the far back. And then like somebody just coming in and tearing ass and getting in front of me. And I ended up just shooting myself in the foot because I didn't choose. I was indecisive. You got to just pick a lane and commit. But I think this guy's a real piece of shit if he's listening.
Okay. Well, I have a story here from a Whataburger drive-thru in Wichita Falls. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
This would be considered a worst weekend story. And I think we might have some narc vibes here as well.
Narc or NARP?
Narc.
Okay.
Narc. It says, Wichita Falls, Texas, a teen is in custody on drug and gun charges after authorities say they smelled something other than just fast food in the Whataburger drive-thru. Donovan Meadows, 17, was arrested on Tuesday and charged with possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces and unlawful possession of a firearm. His bond totals $2,500. According to the affidavit,
Affidavit.
Affidavit.
My affidavit.
What's the affidavit?
Yes.
2 investigators with the Drug Enforcement Division of the Wichita County District Attorney's Office were at the Whataburger on Central Freeway Tuesday morning, okay? So we've got 2 investigators that are at this Whataburger. Tell me, this is where things get a little sus for me.
Wait, was this a sting?
So it says the affidavit said one investigator walked to the drive-thru menu and I quote, to check the calorie count of a honey butter chicken biscuit because the lobby was closed.
Yeah, I'm sure this guy didn't have a cell phone. Feels like a very, very simple search would have yielded the results, but
You're not allowed to legally walk through it. I mean, maybe you are allowed to legally walk through, but they get mad at you.
they get mad at you.
So this
As
investigator-
a kid, we thought it was funny to try.
This guy didn't care how many calories were in a honey butter chicken biscuit.
Let's just say this, man. If you're not smart enough to know it's a lot,
Yeah.
then like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, then if you're questioning how many calories are in it, you don't want it enough.
It's not only a fried piece of chicken on a biscuit, it has honey on it.
And butter.
It's not healthy.
No.
And butter.
They're good, though.
They are good.
Well, this says the affidavit said that the investigators smelled a strong odor of marijuana coming from the car in the drive-thru. So this guy's clearly just going over to see the car and see what's up.
This sounds like a pretext.
So I would be mad about this arrest if it wasn't for how the person in the car handled the arrest. Authorities pulled the car over as it was exiting the drive-thru. When the investigator asked the driver how much marijuana was in the car, Meadows allegedly replied, "This much," and handed the authorities a joint that was still burning.
Hey, you know what?
How much marijuana is in the car? Oh, I don't know, like this much?
Being honest. They, you never heard that from like police. They're like, oh, if you would have just been honest with me, I'd let you go. And
I'm
then-
sure every cop that's ever
Yeah.
said that meant it.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, you're at a Whataburger late at night. Obviously, people are burning and ordering.
What time was this?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but they did find a Glock under his seat, so maybe that was a miss on his part
Come
too.
on, it's just Texas.
Yeah,
We can't smoke weed and own guns in Texas. What are we doing?
I-
thought that was like, didn't that why Rogan moved here? To do both of those things? Which is ironic because he left a very much more friendly marijuana state, but
yeah. Something tells me that he's not going to get in trouble for marijuana possession here.
probably not.
It-
He gets his weed from California,
I get my peaches down in Georgia.
right? I knew that about you.
At that point, you know that the car smells like weed if you're literally still smoking the joint. So like, you might as well just like try to make a joke out of it and hope that they let you off.
I can tell you this about Whataburger late at night. As someone who I know someone who was arrested at the Taco Cabana in San Marcos late night, and someone who was arrested at the Whataburger drive-thru late night in San Marcos. Those places are notorious for I guess looking for drunk drivers.
They should just have a
or
breath. They should
weed
just have
smoke.
a police stop in front of the
They
Whataburger.
basically do.
Like that's what people are there at like midnight. People that work jobs so they get off late and then drunk or stoned people.
Yeah, you just don't. Just Uber Eats or Favor or Postmates. I'm just gonna name them all
Just call an Uber.
because I don't really know who's sponsoring us at this point.
Just call an Uber and go through the drive-thru.
Boy, I hate asking Uber drivers to go through. I feel so bad, even though I think they're getting paid more. I still feel like a dickhead.
I
Have you-
get it. I hate it when they say they don't want anything when you offer them. And even if they don't, I always still end up ordering them something that they definitely don't want. And I'm like, no, but I got you a quesadilla, man. Don't worry about it.
Here's
Thank
my
you.
hash brown.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I get you a side of fries or anything? Some
Sure you
chicken
want
nuggets?
You gonna be driving, man? Get you a Diet Coke or something.
Yeah, you're probably tired, dude.
Oh, I had a Diet Coke yesterday.
Must be nice.
Big weekend. It's my one for the month. I was bad. I was a bad boy.
I'm glad you're going Diet Coke, Dave, because, if you were drinking regular Coke at this point with all that sugar content, I'd start thinking about your health, and I'd be worried about that. Life
Oh,
is full
yeah,
of
that's
fragile
interesting.
moments, and some of those fragile
Oh.
moments deal around, maybe having a bad diet or,
Yeah.
just doing unhealthy things.
I'd never thought of it like that. That's
I know
interesting.
a lot of people don't, but on that note, it makes sense why people get life insurance, especially term coverage, which is surprisingly affordable. So why not pay a bit each month to protect the ones that you love? If you're asking yourself this question, choose our friends over at Ladder. Ladder is 100% digital, no doctors, no needles, no paperwork, and that's when you apply for $3 million in coverage or less. All you have to do is answer a few questions about your health in an application. You just need a few minutes and a phone or laptop to apply. And then Ladder's algorithms work in real time, so you'll find out if you're instantly approved. No hidden fees. You can cancel at any time, and you can get a full refund if you change your mind in the first 30 days. Their policies are issued by insurers with long proven histories of paying claims. They're rated A and A+ by AM Best. Everyone knows that AM Best is like the go-to place.
Sure.
Yeah, you have to. Their customers have rated them 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, and they even made Forbes' best life insurance list in 2021, so you know they're good. And finally, since life insurance costs more as you age, now is the time to cross it off your list. So go to ladderlife.com/steam to see if you're instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/steam, ladderlife.com/steam.
I've got an announcement. Per Twitter, Brian McGannon has blogged the definitive ranking of the best ranch dressings in Kansas City.
Well, so he did the best chicken wings in Kansas City last week. And per his newsletter, it went viral.
Love that.
And,
he's gone viral before.
And so, but per that, people, apparently there was a lot of fallout between blue cheese and ranch. And I actually really enjoyed his argument here. He had a good argument in favor of ranch. He said, like, when's the last time you had a bad ranch? Like the worst ranch is still decent. And the best ranch is obviously like your mom's homemade buttermilk ranch dressing. But when it comes to blue cheese can be really bad or it can be really good when they got the real chunks in there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I get
that's a great point.
I like both.
Yeah, just it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I feel like something about ranch on a wing can overshadow the wing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas blue cheese, for whatever reason, does not overshadow it for me. And I know that's weird because blue cheese is fairly strong, but that's just how I'm saying it. And it isn't blue cheese. That's traditional like buffalo wing. Like if you're in the Northeast,
I believe so.
They're blue cheese boys and girls.
I love both. I'm not gonna. But if I'm eating like an Asian zing wing, I'm gonna go ranch dressing on it as opposed to blue cheese. If I'm going to the classic traditional buffalo sauce, that's what I'm going, like blue cheese the entire time.
Dude, I've become one of the people who believes that Korean barbecue or Korean wings, Thai wings, Asian wings,
yeah,
like those are the best wings.
I'm not gonna deny you that.
God, that sounds good. Yeah, his chicken wings rankings really made me want to reevaluate my diet.
Here's a question for you.
Yes.
If you're familiar with Hot Ones, correct?
Mm-hmm.
On First We Feast YouTube, also on Hulu for those keeping track. You can choose whether you do chicken or cauliflower. Some people are vegetarians; they choose the cauliflower. That's totally fine with me. But it got me thinking that if I'm eating things that are very, very hot, extremely hot, am I going drumstick or flat? And I didn't know which one to choose if I'm doing like really, really hot wings.
This might sound weird, but I feel like the first bite of a flat can yield more meat than the first bite of a drumstick.
Drumsticks, I'm worried I'd get all over my lips and stuff. Whereas I feel like a flat I can eat in a much more efficient manner, which means that I could get around some of the heat.
If you're eating the flat correctly, you're popping bone and you're sucking everything off that bad boy. And it's going to be revolting. And like people in public are going to hate you. But that's just how you do it. If you're real.
I had a Hot Ones moment last night. I used a former sponsor of this podcast, one that I enjoyed at the time, but I've since grown to not be obsessed with it, but like I really don't like eating salads without some of this. Truff. I busted out their hotter hot sauce last night and I put it on our salmon. Buddy. Shit is flames.
Send you running?
Dude, I mean, I wasn't down bad and I didn't have like, you know, sometimes you get like almost like a head buzz from like really hot sauce.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Head buzz.
I was down bad for a few minutes there.
Yeah, I've had that. That's pull back into your driveway on two wheels hot. Like
it's good though.
Like you're debating like, do I need to just go straight to the backyard? Do I even have time to unlock my door? Randy knows what I'm talking about. You used to shit in the backyard, didn't you?
There was a big controversy in my next door this morning about a dog shitting in yards.
Yeah.
A guy was spotted he was spotted letting his dog go to the bathroom in numerous yards. And the young lady who posted him said that she asked him what he was doing. And he said, "What, is this your yard?" And then numerous people were pointing out that it's very weird that a dog would be pooping in numerous yards on one single walk. That's not normally how dogs operate when they poop. And so that became a huge argument within the next door group about whether or not this dog was pooping in every yard or just doing his number one.
Listen to this. I'm glad you brought this up. Man, we've been really podcasting today, haven't we? 70 damn minutes. On our way back from the trail walk yesterday, walked through a neighborhood we don't usually go through, and saw a nice yard, had a small sign, and it had like a cartoon looking outline of a dog, and it said, please no poop, or please no poop, no pee. And I was like, okay, I understand that, but would you rather just deal with the occasion? Most people clean their dog's poop up. Would you rather deal with a dog occasionally peeing in your yard or having that fucking sign in your yard at all times?
Yeah.
That sign is an eyesore.
Yeah. And the poop thing I get. I'll be honest, if I'm walking Rosie and she starts to poop in front of a nice house that appears to have people like in it at the time, I try to hurry her along to the next yard a little bit so that I'm not doing it in front of somebody who's like in their living room. And if there's a house like
you're looking for a fixer-upper to poop
I'm
in.
looking for a house, like that maybe is getting worked on or like has some shades down in the front. I'm trying to poop in like an inconspicuous yard and then pick it up. Or I'm trying to get Rosie to poop. I'm not trying to poop.
Yes, that's good.
The
night pooper.
But it's just like, what? Yeah, why do you want to put a sign in your yard? Also,
it's just a bad sign.
Is a little thing of dog pee really the end of the world?
I'm sure there's some argument that the acidity messes with the grass. I don't know. I don't care.
I get that it's annoying.
And I'm a grass guy.
But do you want to be the neighbor too who's complaining about dogs peeing in your yard? Like then you're just the annoying neighbor who can't deal with it.
Sure. That's the curmudgeon. That's the old man yelling at cloud neighbor.
And then some people were complaining about like, yeah, but it gets in the water system. And they're like, well, what happens with all the poop from like deer or like other animals that are in the area? Like, does that poop just not affect anything like dog poop does?
There's a lot worse things in that water system.
Anyway, I don't know how we got off on that tangent. Shouts to all the chicken wings in Kansas City.
We should do a Kansas City meetup.
To close this out, we're going to hear from our friend over in the producer chair who might be down bad right now. Vegas Randy. Vegas, baby.
Hey, guys.
Vegas, baby.
Okay.
Randy, how was your weekend in Vegas? And did you find the Cosmo bartender?
The weekend was great. Cosmo bartender was nowhere to be seen. And I did tease it on the story, and I apologize to everyone, but I sent the video in the group text. I was at the right place. I showed the bar, and the guy was not there. So I tried, but
and you just did one trip? You just did one trip to go find him?
I broke off by myself, yeah, like on Friday night.
Oh, so you went on a solo mission.
Did you try to explain what you were doing?
Oh yeah, I tried, but it's kind of hard to explain.
What were your favorite Vegas moments this weekend, Randy?
Oh.
Did you do anything like cool besides just say Vegas, baby, to everybody?
The cabana was awesome.
It looked kind of fun. It was too cold for us to do a cabana when we were there, so I'm kind of jealous that you got to do it.
No, it was a lot of fun. I think we went through 3 or 4 bottles, so that was fun.
Oh, nice. Are you getting Venmo receipts just sent to you all day today?
They're about to come any second now, so Dillon needs to run payroll.
Veiny face kid.
Yeah, the best is when the one dude who like maybe he doesn't live in your city and he lives somewhere else, and then he sends the Venmo on like Thursday or Friday, and it's like, dude, come on, we're all trying to move on from this trip as soon as possible. Don't be sending Friday Venmo requests for Vegas last weekend.
Yeah, no. Fun time, Vegas, baby.
One of the better Vegas bits I've seen.
I was happy
not
with
original,
it.
but the probably perfectly executed.
Yeah, I as far as bits could have gone for you on your Instagram story, I'm very happy with how they went this weekend.
I was worried that you might not stick with it. Like maybe one night's enough, but no, that was not the case.
If I've learned anything about Randy, especially after he dressed like Tim Robbins for his 2-year anniversary dinner, if I've learned anything about Randy, it's that he commits to a bit and does not stop. How long did you have your wallet lost for?
Oh, that was for a good probably hour, maybe, but that was a terrible hour. I was positive it was in my hotel room because after the pool, I went to the hotel room alone. My roommate was passed out another room, so I was like, it has to be in here. But God, was it scary?
Damn, it's tough when you go back to your room alone in Vegas and you have some time that you could kill, and then you lose your wallet and get derailed.
Been there.
I think that's all she wrote today.
Wait, that's it? Did you
Yeah.
ride any rides? Were you in the sign
Yeah,
spinning
what? Like,
contest?
do you have anything dope? Like, what'd you do?
KJ busted your ass.
Busting my ass.
Said, yeah, he was the real reason you were there. Be honest, because
Oh.
of the national sign spinning competition.
That's exactly.
How do you not go to that if you're there for that?
I didn't even know what was going on. Apparently, BTS was playing, and that was like the biggest event there. I had
They
no
played
clue.
the sign spinning contest.
Probably.
That seems like they don't have the budget for that. It's just sign spinning.
I don't know.
Did you do coke or anything? I mean,
Yeah, like
come
what kind
on.
of hard drugs did you get into?
None, but I did text the group that I went to the dispensary,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a language barrier between me and the Uber driver, and he asked me if the weed was good. And the only reason I knew that because he said "Mota Bueno," and I only knew that because of Dillon. So
that's badass.
Dillon
This guy
does come in
smokes.
handy every once in a while.
Mota Bueno.
Mota Bueno.
Heck yeah.
Otherwise, fun. Down on the weekend, 3 bills.
Anybody take too much of the pot and freak out or anything? Have to go to night nights?
Nah, I was the only one doing it.
Yeah, do you have any of your boys that can send in a worst weekend story anytime soon?
Actually, there is a guy that is still in Vegas because his flight was overbooked and they could not book him until this Tuesday. So he's still there.
Oh no, till Tuesday?
This is kind of on him. He flew Spirit.
Oh,
Tuesday.
oh my! Thursday to Tuesday in Las Vegas.
I've been lucky with travel stuff where I have not had that happen, and I just feel like mine's coming due. Like I feel like, and this is somebody who's traveling a little bit in the next 6 months.
If you find out on Sunday afternoon that you're not gonna be able to get on a flight until Tuesday, and I tell you that it takes 19 hours to drive from Las Vegas to Austin, Texas, are you considering doing that drive?
No.
He's got to just get on a different flight.
Only if y'all let me rent like a convertible with a company card, and I'll do content the whole way.
I'd be fine with that.
Just Vegas, baby, every 30 minutes.
Yeah, so go ahead. I'm going to save that story and go to @RainTrebacki on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and go ahead and watch all that.
That's going to do numbers. Thank you, Randy.
All right. Well, we'll be in touch later today regarding what we're doing for tomorrow's episode. Gotta get word from Dillon. We can't do Dad Pod without Dillon. We can do worse stuff without Dillon, even though he loves him. Either way, let's get the hell out of here.
Bye-bye.